The Isle of Mull, one of the most magical, mystical, special places to bird in the world. A place to let your heart rest in the hush of nature. And the location for what would surely be my biggest birding adventure to date. So what will I see? Oh, spoiler. It's also my longest episode of Rock and Roll Birder TV so far, so here's a teaser of what you can expect.
That is my first ever hen harrier. This is an oyster catcher nest. Whoa, here we go. I've got the cuckoo. We've got golden eagles flying to and from a nest. A white-tailed eagle flew right at us. He's been crying his eyes out.
Anyway, with dreams of eagles and owls, lochs and mountains, the adventure started here, in Birmingham.
2 days ago, I walked 14 miles and saw 107 birds in one day. That was a big day. This morning at 4 a.m, got up out of bed, got in my car, and I've driven to this guy's house, 2 hours away. Reason being, we are about to now drive to the Isle of Mull.
Right, come and have a look at our home. This is our living room area.
Living room.
Living room.
Lounge.
Yeah, lounge.
Yeah.
This is obviously our kitchen, so we've got hobs, a little sink and an oven. This is the toilet and the bathroom. Number ones only, please. Now the fridge opens this side and this way. This is our dining room, and a table goes in here, and then this turns it into a bed. But just so you feel all nice and cosy when the bed's set up.
Flipping heck. I'm finding the nearest hotel. I've never been to the Isle of Mull. It's somewhere where I've always wanted to go, and I've never been. And I am like a little kid at Christmas. I'm like a kid that's just got all the sweets. Which isn't far off considering I'm eating all of Mike's sherbet lemons. Also, by the way, how nice of Mike is it that he is already sharing his sweets with me, bearing in mind that I didn't share any of mine with him in Norway. We've arrived in Oban, so we've got an hour and a half until our ferry leaves over there, and then we're gonna get back to the house and go to Mull, which is over there. Mull's over there. That is the Isle of Mull over there. I'm well excited.
Here we go again. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers then. We are on the ferry. Just a hint of a breeze in the air now. So in the week to come, we are hoping for white-tailed eagles, golden eagles, hen harriers, short-eared owls, any other owl, any other bird of prey, and and puffins, guillemots, razorbills, maybe Manx shearwaters, all sorts of other migratory seabirds. Look at this. Made it. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening-ish, with just a little bit of light left tonight. And that's where we're staying. I mean, literally just there. Look. So that's home tonight. There's every chance in this sort of habitat that we could see short-eared owls, maybe hen harriers. Got to constantly be scanning the posts and rocks. What a place, look at this. So yeah, this is where we're staying tonight. We're not going to be here every night. We're going to travel around the island and just see where we end up each day. And that's part of the adventure. And it is an adventure here on the Isle of Mull. It was a bit chilly out there, so I went back into the bus, got the bins out, scanned the horizon, immediately saw a hen harrier in the distance, quite a long way away. And then right ahead of us, in front of the van, we had a hen harrier and a short-eared owl in the air together. See the gate? It's above the gate now. The hen harrier and the shorty together now. Both just gone separate ways. That is my first ever hen harrier. It's actually eerily haunting. It's hauntingly beautiful. I love it. Half an hour in, I can try harder. I can see it again. Hen harrier. Now 10 p.m. and there's a surprising amount of light, and since I last jumped on we had the hen harrier up here actually, just sort of circling and then going back down across the ridge, and then as we were walking back down this path a short-eared owl came up from behind us, and as we turned round it was like, oh sorry, and it just flew across this line here. Night one, hen harrier, short-eared owl. Lovely stuff. We're going back to the mobile hotel now and get ready for this to be lit up by the sunrise. So I'll probably see you now in the morning. Nighty night.
Alright, here's my view. Nice, isn't it? I can see Mike actually. Mike's just over there by that bridge. I am so comfortable. I'm just going to bird from here. I'm just going to bird from bed. Bird from bed. Birding, bed birding. I can hear redshanks and oyster catchers, skylarks already. Nighty night again, everybody. Oh. What's your game?
Well, there's a hen harrier up over there, so get your arse up out a bit. Come on.
Well, there's lots of birds calling and singing. That bird you can hear there is a willow warbler. It's coming from this tree. Sort of that descending warble. Yeah, that's a willow warbler. And that willow warbler was the first bird I heard this morning, but I've also heard oyster catchers, curlew, which was really, really nice to hear the curlew. And just now, just as I was grabbing the camera, there's a pair of merganser. You can hear those geese, there's grey lag and Canada geese over there. Look at this, glorious. What a place to wake up. I found the willow warbler. He's not bothered about me, just singing up in the top of this tree, right down by the water. Which is a great backing track. There's a lot of midges. A lot of midges here. I don't know if you can see that in the sky, but that is a white-tailed eagle. I can't point it out. A white-tailed eagle has just flown right overhead. White-tailed eagle. I was watching a skylark over here, and I looked up and I was like, well, that's a big buzzard. I mean, not half. White-tailed eagles are twice the size of a buzzard, and it's just flown over my head. It's about 7 o'clock now. Just watching the skylarks right in front of me. I mean, I'm finding them with the binoculars, but then actually they're just going right up in the air. They go so high. I think it's time for a bacon sandwich. Chef Phelps.
Would you like a little bit of streaky bacon, mate?
Yes, please, Chef Phelps.
Would you like your bread buttered?
Yes, please, Chef Phelps.
Okay. Would you like some orange juice?
Yes, please, Chef Phelps.
Okay, mate. You go and sit down and chill out, and I'll get all this ready just for you.
Okay, I'll go and watch the skylark. I'll do some bird watching.
Okay.
I'll let you know if it's a good one.
Okay.
See you in a minute, Chef Phelps.
See you in a bit, mate.
There's so many meadow pipits here. That willow warbler's still singing. It's not stopped since I woke up this morning, and I'm absolutely fine about it. I love the willow warbler song. Yeah, the meadow pipits just keep on jumping up onto these rocks here.
We got nowhere to be, just a slow dance with the summer heat.
Well, we've had a nice bacon sandwich. I put a comb through my hair, and we are off now. We're leaving these humble yet beautiful surroundings to go to more humble yet beautiful surroundings, but just somewhere else. But hopefully somewhere that also has eagles and harriers and owls.
Feet on the wall, your head on me, floating easy. We got nowhere to be, got nowhere to be.
Okay, little update. White-tailed eagle in a nest. Now, let me go back and explain the story. As we're scanning the trees for ravens, buzzards, anything we can see, eagles hopefully, we can see a nest. And we didn't think there was anything in it for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we came back and we looked through the binoculars and we could see something moving in, and there's a white-tailed eagle in the nest. So we've got to be on the lookout all the time in case an eagle comes in. A car pulled in and a really, really lovely guy jumped out and started chatting to us. Turns out he's been watching eagles here since he was 26 years old, worked with the Roy Dennis Foundation, knows all about the eagles on the Isle of Mull, and he was telling us all about it. And in fact, the conversation started because he saw me on Winter Watch.
The rock and roll birder.
Matt,
Yeah?
I think you can see the chick.
You can see the chick
I think the chick's up.
on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Wow. One other thing to add is while we were watching the nest and chatting to Alan, a golden eagle flew up and then was mobbed off by a raven. So we've had white-tailed eagle and golden eagle right in front of us in the last 5 minutes.
Right.
We have just stopped off at a lovely spot. Look at this. Gonna have something to eat before we venture on. And Mike.
What?
White-tailed eagle, 100%. That was absolutely sensational. So we just parked up for something to eat. I was stood over here. I didn't even have my camera. And I turned around to say something to Mike, and towards us, a white-tailed eagle flew right at us. I ran back over here and it flew all across the sort of middle of the mountain there. A beautiful fly past of a white-tailed eagle. That's the closest we've seen these stunning, humongous, ginormous birds of prey.
Oh, it feels like that, like summer air through window crack.
And it's time for some pizza, eh? Chef Phelps divvying up a pizza.
Sir?
What have you got?
You got one as well?
Oh, my favourite.
I bite them.
I bite them. I actually eat it like it's a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we just pulled up on the side, it's windy, just pulled up on the side of the road, and as you can see, there are people with scopes and binoculars looking up here. And we said, what have you got? Before they even answered, I saw a golden eagle flying across the ridge of the top of that mountain there. This is so special. Anyone who saw the Norway Part 1 video will know that the golden eagle is my favourite bird in the world. The golden eagle is my favourite bird, and it has been ever since I was a boy, and my great uncle showed me videos of them in the snow. I saw one in the Highlands of Scotland when I was about 10 years old, about a mile up in the sky, and have dreamt of seeing one again ever since that day. I'm back in Scotland, and I'm back with the golden eagle. We've got golden eagles flying to and from a nest. Here it comes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And one of them has just brought in a branch or a twig or something, building the nest or rebuilding nest, probably just patching it up, because we believe there to be a chick, maybe two, in the nest. And one of the golden eagles has just landed on a tree at the top of this mountain, ripped out a branch, flown down to the nest. This is unbelievably special. I can't really, I'm doing that thing, I can't convey how I really feel. I just want to say, even though they're absolutely miles away, I think there's something quite poetic about the fact that the first time I ever saw a golden eagle, as I said earlier on, when I was a kid, it was so high up in the air, an RSPB warden had to point it out to my parents and say, that's a golden eagle, and we all saw it through the binoculars. Golden eagle so high up, and it's the same here. And Norway was phenomenal, because of course one came down right in front of us, but I'm in Scotland now, and that is the big difference. And so to see one in its nest, however far away, in Scotland, that's at the top, the very top of my birding bucket list.
It's lovely to see the lambs. I'll tell you who else is very pleased to see the lambs. Golden eagles. A lamb is probably a golden eagle's favourite dinner. Is it not? Is it a deer?
Hare.
Hare?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do love hares.
Do you know what's really nice?
I'll have one of your sherbet lemons as well.
Share my sweets with me.
Yeah, yeah.
You won't share your sweets
Yeah,
with me.
that's the sort of guy I am.
Right, another little update. We're driving back to where we stayed last night, and on the way we have to go past the place that this morning we saw the white-tailed eagle nest. And so, not nested out in any way by the golden eagle nest, we are going back. Yes. Not only is the white-tailed eagle there that we saw this morning in the nest, but the male just flew into the nest. is 6:45 in the evening. We've come to a location because we've had a bit of a tip-off about hen harriers here. Mike is convinced.
Absolutely. We're
Convinced of hen harriers. This is the first place I've felt completely about. I don't have any faith in this place at all. But let's see.
Trust me.
Hen harrier or no hen harriers here?
Hen harrier. Close encounter.
I mean, so far, all we've spotted is... What was that out there?
There's an otter out there. He's stayed there for about half an hour and hasn't moved.
Been completely stationary. It's almost like a rock, wasn't it?
Just looked like a rock.
Mike just thought he saw a hen harrier over there. So when I got my binoculars, what is it?
It's one of those rocks again. Those rock harriers.
It would have been half an hour and he's mistaken an otter for a rock and a hen harrier for a rock so far. That willow warbler's having a lovely day. I absolutely love the song of a willow warbler.
Oh, it feels like that, like summer air through window grass.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you? There were no hen harriers. Actually, I got so bored waiting for hen harriers that I knew we were not going to show that I wandered off looking for a wind chat. And guess what?
Saw a wind chat, didn't you?
Saw a wind chat, no, saw two actually. Saw a pair of wind chats, lovely. So I was watching them while you were watching rocks. Good morning. Look at the sun. This is the first time I've picked this up since we got back from seeing the puffins, I think, yesterday. It's like someone's picked me up and dropped me in the book. Ah yes, right in the middle of our trip we took another boat further out to the Isle of Lunga where we saw puffins, razorbills and guillemots along with a host of other seabirds and seals and yes, more white-tailed eagles. And it would have just been too much to include that adventure here, so it's going to be a standalone episode to follow this Mull special. So please make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss it. It is a birding love story. Anyway, back to Mull. We properly chilled yesterday. We needed to sort of reset. We went into Tobermory, had a lovely curry. I got up with the lark today, if the lark gets up at about 7:30, and we've come down to a spot where we hope to get a glimpse of white-tailed eagles. Mike's all the way back there, and he's cooking breakfast, and he sent me out here to find a good spot to set up. And if I find somewhere, I've got to let him know. I said, I'll phone you. He said, no, what, I've got walkie-talkies. I said, no, I'll just phone you. I'll just say, yeah, I've got a good spot. He went, no, got to use a walkie-talkie. So he's giving me a walkie-talkie. Gonna see if he's there. He's all the way back over there. Can you come in, Roger? Are you hearing me? Roger.
Can you say over and out when you finish talking, please?
Okay, Roger. Over and out. Oh, but I've not finished talking. I found a lovely spot. There's a sheep. Roger.
Say over and out.
What, every time? Over and out. Hello, Roger. Over and out. I could just phone him. Are you still there, Roger? Over and out.
Yes, I'm still here. I'm trying to cook breakfast, talk to Phil, chop potatoes, and talk to you on a walkie-talkie over and out.
Okay, Roger. I got a lovely spot. I'll be back in a minute. Over and out.
10-4 for a coffee, over and out.
I don't know what that means, but see you in a minute. Over and out. Cheers, Roger. It's just so quiet and peaceful here. Apart from that sheep. Just walking back to the van now. Can smell the lovely breakfast. Smells like you're doing a good job. Roger, over and out. Nothing.
Can you come in, please? Do you have eyes on? Eyes on? Any eagles? Roger, over and out.
I have no eyes. I've got eyes, but I haven't got any eyes on eagles at the moment. Roger, over and out. Hello.
Have you noticed what I'm doing again?
What's that?
I'm cooking for you again.
Yeah. How's it going, Chef Phelps?
I'm just putting it out there. Back bacon, loads better than streaky bacon.
No way. I'm all about the van life now, aren't I?
Yeah.
I used to live in a bus when I was in a punk band, but we never had a cooker. The good thing about Mike is he's got the same palate as me, i.e. the palate of a child. What I love about this is these are the roast potatoes that me and Sarah had for our roast dinner on the weekend before we came up. And Sarah always does too many roast potatoes because, well, there's never too many, but she always does lots because she knows I love roast potatoes. And so there were lots left over. She was like, just take them with you and cook them up on the bus. I'm like, that is the best idea I've ever heard. So having fried up roast potatoes with our bacon and sausages. Not to mention the view. So this is where we'll be eating it. This is obviously Mike's van here, and the van that's parked next to it is Phil's van. There's Phil there. And Phil knows the Isle of Mull very well, spends hundreds of days here, and so he's joined us for hopes of eagles and a little bit of breakfast. Isn't that lovely? So breakfast has been smashed, and we've walked a fair way down the loch and found ourselves on like a little peninsula where we've pitched up. Look. Yes, in the hope that a white-tailed eagle might use this loch as somewhere it can find a delicious fish. They could come from anywhere though. They could literally come from anywhere. And they could come at any time. So you can see with the sun in the sky, it hasn't been long since I was last on here and we've just had a white-tailed eagle fly over those conifer trees in the background. There's like a valley here, you see that? And it flew all the way over our heads here. And then it's landed right out in the distance on a little group of rocks. So we're now just watching it on these rocks. Hope is so often in the form of a little phrase that sounds like this. Just 5 more minutes. I was just walking back to the van and I've put my stuff down because as I'm walking, look what I found. This is an oyster catcher nest. And those are oyster catcher eggs. And I'm going to move away immediately because the oyster catchers, probably you can hear them. I just wanted to show you. I never, ever, ever want to disturb a nest. When little oyster catcher chicks hatch, they actually hatch with their eyes open. There's a word for it. I can't remember the word. Pre something. There's a word for it. But they hatch with their eyes open. And it takes about 24 to 27 days for them to hatch. So they'll be there a little while. And this is absolutely typical territory for an oyster catcher to make a nest and lay eggs. Perfect. just a scrape on the top of an island with a peninsula. So this is them. This will be the adults flying around, peeping. Well, that is a little special bonus for today. I'm walking back to the van to get myself a little bit of chalk and a Lucozade Sport. We have left the shoreline of the loch. On the way, of course, stopped off to pick up a lolly because the weather's still ridiculous. It's so hot. There was only one Calippo left in the shop, so you know I had that. Oh, heard a crow there. What did you get?
Don't even know the name of it.
Nice.
I'm not happy. So on a day like today, you want ice in your mouth, not chocolate.
So true. This is brilliant. Also, another thing, found out the other day that Mike is the only other person I've met ever that also bites a Calippo or any ice lolly. No, I bite it. Don't want to suck the juice out and be left with rubbish ice. So I bite a Calippo. I would like to know in the comments, do we have any other biters? Just another stunning place to spend an evening. And the first bird we saw as we got out of the van is a hen harrier. We've got the short-eared owl. It's quite far away at the moment. Oh wow, see look, it's going up into the hills. Just before the short-eared owl arose and flew, we had another bird that we thought, oh, what's that? And it was a curlew, because over there is another loch. And before you hit the loch, there's actually quite a lot of wetlands. I'm hearing a snipe over here, a snipe. You can hear the oyster catchers miles away. Red shanks, I'm pretty sure sandpipers as well. So the fact that a curlew's headed that way makes total sense. And a curlew is a really easy wader to recognise because it's got that curved beak at the front like that, and it makes that sort of haunting flute-like call, like that. It doesn't sound like that, but you know what I mean. Love a curlew. I've spent some time in Montana and it's not dissimilar to this. I mean, Montana doesn't have the cuckoos and meadow pipits and snipe and curlew and skylarks. Oh, the skylarks here. The other thing is, the amount of times we've gone, oh, what's that? And it's a heron. Like literally all week. They are giving us the runaround, these grey herons. 8 o'clock. I think we've probably got another hour and a half of usable light. So, you know, we could definitely see something in an hour and a half. We did have another sighting of the short-eared owl over here. The short-eared owl, of course, another ground nesting bird of prey. The hen harrier will nest on the ground. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a snipe making a snipey noise over here. Patip, patip, patip. That's a snipe. Snipe and curlew calling over here. No, I mean, it's not a bad place to stand and listen to some brilliant birds make noises at each other. I was just trying to film a skylark and the medgies, they're just, I don't even know if it's coming out on camera. They're landing. I've sprayed my entire jacket and arms with midge spray and I've got the patches. They're just landing on it. I mean, they're all over his head.
Look at the stack. They're all over me.
This is where we're staying tonight. I've got to get in quick because there are still midgies. Look, got midgie stickers on me. Midgie stickers. It's absolutely insane. But we've got the entire loch to ourselves. Hello, look at this. I mean, what a place to be. We'll wake up here in the morning.
We're having burgers. Chef Phelps.
Chef Phelps.
Chef Phelps there.
Why aren't you cooking, Matt?
Because I've got way more important things to be doing.
Rock and roll burger. Would a Sauvignon Blanc do you, sir?
So one of my favourite things to do, not just as a birder, but as a try-hard bird photographer, not like this guy, who is ridiculously good bird photographer, is to get down to the edits.
That's unedited, so it's composed quite well.
So what are you going to do to it?
I'm probably just going to take some of the highlights down, bring some of the shadows up, and I will probably just make a little bit of this area a little bit darker so the bird pops, but that's about it.
I got this picture of a white-tailed eagle today, which you think is going to be okay, but it was 24 degrees today, the sun was beating down, and that creates heat haze, which makes your photos look like this. Look at that.
Yeah, it loses all the detail.
There's no detail there.
No, so the only way you can get past that is by getting really, really close to a white-tailed eagle, which is really hard.
So, I'm absolutely gutted about that.
It's a shame. You can't do anything about it. I mean, what you could do is type in white-tailed eagle and it could bring up another picture that somebody else took of a white-tailed eagle.
Then I could just
put
use that
on. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Just woke up, it's 4:45 in the morning. No alarm set, but the light is waking me up. The sun's not over the mountains yet, but as I look out of the window, look at my view. The sheeps are barring, oyster catchers are peeping, willow warblers be warbling. I've got to take these stickers off me and get up myself. I think it's going to be a good day. That was a long time ago, the morning. It is technically still the morning, I think. Oh no, it's 9 minutes past 12, midday. And me and young Mike here.
Young Mike?
Just perched on the side, a bit like an eagle, perched on the side of rocks on a little cliff face, overlooking the loch that we saw white-tailed eagles yesterday. We saw them from over there, and we thought today we'll just switch it up a little bit and come down here. We've sat here for 2 hours and not seen a single eagle. Despite all this, look, bins up, none, hasn't helped anything, no eagles. And if I show you around up here, look, you can see where we are. I mean, it's still lovely, eagle or no eagle.
Matt?
So, yeah?
Matt, I think there's an eagle coming in onto those conifers over there.
Where is it?
Top of the tall conifers.
Soaring.
Yeah, coming in.
It's landing. It's in one of those trees. Can you see it?
There's a car park. There's a car park there.
Where?
Right opposite those conifers it's in. Let's go.
We might have an eagle yet. Oh, cameras.
That's the important bit.
Whoa! Those guys are looking up. Right, we've pulled up in a car park where a few other guys are looking up at the trees. We just saw the eagle landing. They're all looking up into these trees. Can you see? Those trees up there. Yes, yes, that's it. That's it. Got it. Got it. It's perched up there.
Still there?
Yeah. See the three trees on the right hand side?
Yeah.
The first one of those three trees
Yeah.
on the right hand side.
I got it.
Hear that? That's it calling. White-tailed eagles were introduced to Mull back in, I think, the late 1970s by, again, I think the Roy Dennis Foundation. And now there are, again, I think, 28 pairs of white-tailed eagles on the island. There's a lot of I thinks there, so maybe fact check it for yourself, but I'm pretty sure it's fairly accurate. I think. That's a hooded crow mobbing two white-tailed eagles in a conifer tree on the Isle of Mull. That is iconic. Look at it!
I mean, that's a brave bird.
Whoa, look! The male just had to like flap his wing out to push it away. Now it's being mobbed. Back in Tobermory. Back in Tobermory because it's the closest place we could find something to eat and we need some lunch.
There's an outdoor shop here, mate. Let me just have a quick look. I
Okay.
need some toilet stuff.
Mike needs something for the van in Mull Outdoors. Did you get it?
No, they ain't got any.
You haven't got any?
I'll try the pharmacy.
Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I'll have them. I just don't have enough pair of shades, mate. To the eagles.
To the eagles.
That's good. To the harriers.
To the harriers.
To the owls.
To the short-eared owls.
To the short-eared owls. Oh, to the oyster catcher. The oyster catcher. Oh, to the willow warbler.
Oh, lots of willow
To
warblers.
the willow warblers. Oh, more cheers out. That is so nice. Oh, to the cuckoo.
I meant to.
To the cuckoo.
To the cuckoo.
Oh, no. It's the last day on Mull, not of the trip, but on the Isle of Mull. It's our last day, and it is the bird that we've been waiting to see, the male hen harrier. It's absolutely miles away, sat on the ridge of a mountain. So we've got eyes on it right now. My camera's on it. Mike's camera's on it. We have been here for 3.5 hours. Look at this. We have literally been stood here for 3.5 hours, tracking any bird of prey that is in front of us. And we've seen them over the tops of the mountains, a long way away. We've seen buzzards. We had a white-tailed eagle up here. And now the male hen harrier with, by the way, a female hen harrier underneath somewhere. It's also up there, but we can't see her because we're focusing on the male, because he is a bright dot on the ridge. Can you hear that? I can see it. I can see it. I can see the cuckoo. Raven calling. Cuckoo, raven, hen harrier. That's what we're dealing with here. I think the cuckoo's been joined by a female because it did that sort of call that it does in flight. It goes. The female cuckoos do a bubbling sound like bloop, 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 bloop. And the
cuckoo's coming right across. Oh, it's been mobbed by a meadow pipit or something, and the cuckoo's gone. What do you focus on here? This is absolutely amazing birding. I mean, imagine a cuckoo getting mobbed by a meadow pipit. Whether a cuckoo would lay its eggs in a meadow pipit's nest, I don't know about meadow pipits. They do like a small bird to be host for their eggs and to bring them up. Reed buntings are a classic bird to do this. A cuckoo will lay the egg in the little bird's nest, and then the little bird, like the dunnock I saw last year in Rutland, North Africa. The dunnock or the little bird will bring up the cuckoo young. Knowing the cuckoo young is safe, the adult cuckoos will fly back to Africa, and the baby cuckoos, when they become old enough, in a matter of weeks to be honest, will then just go. They'll just go, right, I know where to go. They'll just find their way to Africa. It's absolutely amazing. And a cuckoo chick, a young cuckoo, can't actually cuckoo straight away either. It just sort of goes, just like that. Not quite like that, but Mike's laughing at my impression of a young...
How does it go?
As well as laying eggs in small birds' nests, cuckoos will also eat other birds' eggs and even small chicks. Now, whether all this cuckoo action has spooked the hen harriers up, there's no way of knowing. But what we do know is this is perfect territory for hen harriers to feed. Hen harriers want voles and that sort of stuff, but it's so dry and hot at the moment. There's not been a lot of rain on Mull, and it's so barren of voles and animals that need the water and sustenance that actually the hen harriers are taking tree pipits and other pipits in here. So there's so much going on, and as you can tell, it's exciting me. Here we go. I've got the cuckoo on the telephone line just here, and it's been mobbed. The cuckoo is right in front of me, absolutely not bothered by me in any way. The cuckoo. The cuckoo has flown, and as it flew, it was cuckooing. I can't do it. Mike's brilliant at cuckooing. I'm going to get him to do it. Mike.
Yeah.
Can you do your cuckoo sound?
I can't now because
Yeah,
I'm going to
go on.
laugh, and I can't. You have to relax the lips.
Hold Merlin up. We did this the other day on Merlin, and it recognised.
Trick it.
Hang on. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Right. To prove it, nothing there. Right. Here we go. Common cuckoo.
Boom!
Common cuckoo. Not screen recording, I haven't faked it. He is that good at being a cuckoo. Just be careful though, because that male cuckoo might come and attack your head. So we really have to get back to base, wherever that's going to be. We're going to find a spot on a loch somewhere so we can get the sunset. And as you can see, there's not much light left, so we've got to get back quick. But we were just driving up the road and we saw some friends of ours that we made this morning by the loch that we were watching the white-tailed eagles in the tree. Then they watched this as well. They came over because they watched this. So, hey guys, thanks for this. And I say thanks because we stopped to say hello, and they've said, look out there. 2 red-throated divers. Beautiful birds.
Yeah. Oh, that is special. So that is different to the Great Northern.
Yeah, we had the Great Northern yesterday. Yeah.
open up. Is it all over my face? Yeah.
What's been your favourite bit?
I really enjoyed recording the podcast with you. Because I do a podcast, it's totally different when you're being asked the questions and you're talking about what you do. I think I've just loved driving around. We haven't really had to plan too much, have we?
No.
And we've just laughed every day, and I've loved that. What's been your best bits of the trip?
I think probably when we watched the golden eagle take a branch from a tree and then take it to the nest.
Yeah.
That made it very, very real. But even seeing the wheat here, all the way over there, the other side of the loch this morning.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a wheat ear to show like that, like this whole time.
That's probably been my best photo on Mull.
Well, there you go. Exactly. We've seen shorted owls, hen harriers, white-tailed eagles, golden eagles, and your best photo is going to be of a wheat ear. I've enjoyed your cooking.
Thanks, mate.
Curries, burgers, the lot. Bacon and...
Do you know what? That was nice. When you can literally park up and cook a bit of an English breakfast overlooking that.
Yeah.
And then half an hour later, white-tailed eagles literally flying past you. Rich in life we've been this week.
We have.
My friend said to me, no point being the richest man in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
the only thing you can take with you is the memories. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Do you know any ABBA?
No.
Good night.
So far, all of our sightings of eagles have been at distance. Would we get anything closer on our last day?
Good morning from me and the oyster catcher and a little ring plover crossing the road over there as well. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, if you could just pipe down. Thank you. 6 o'clock in the morning, we've woken up on the side of another loch in this incredible world that is the Isle of Mull, but for the last time, because we're leaving Mull, and we're leaving Mull this morning. It's not the end of our trip. We do have one more day on a boat from the mainland, so we have to catch a boat back to the mainland to then catch another boat in the hope that we might see some more white-tailed eagles, because we've not seen enough white-tailed eagles yet. You can't get enough white-tailed eagos, and so that's what we're doing today. But this is my time to say goodbye to the Isle of Mull and to these midgies. Well, this is stupendous. You'll never guess what. We've just pulled into Oban. We've parked up on the side of the road. We actually have to drive further north past Ben Nevis in a minute. And as we pulled in, we've seen some birds fly across the water, and they're only black guillemots. Haven't seen any black guillemots on this trip at all. Of course, we've seen lots of guillemots, and we saw them off the coast of Lunga with the puffins and the razorbills. The guillemots are found further out to sea, but black guillemots will be more inshore, and they actually nest in, well, rock faces, but a man-made rock face like this is perfect for them. They nest in crevices in here, and they're smaller than guillemots, regular guillemots. They're about half the weight of a regular guillemot, but they are easier to see inshore. And I've never seen one before. So when I saw this black seabird with the flash of white on the back of its wings, I was like, black guillemots. And I've just been watching them flying around. There's about 3 or 4 over there. Look, we're in the harbour here. There's about maybe another 3 or 4 over there. What a treat. This place is the gift that keeps on giving.
All the way
way to the cheese shop.
So we have left Oban. We're driving north actually now, up to Fort William. We're about to come into Fort William here, which of course sits at the bottom of Ben Nevis.
Ben Nevis is just there.
Oh, Ben Nevis is just here, look. Mike should know. He climbed it the other day. Didn't you?
Easy.
Climbed Ben Nevis.
Breezed it.
We have reached Loch Shiel. Loch Shiel is very nice, just to prove it to you. And what we're hoping for is another sighting of white-tailed eagles today. It's a beautiful boat. We've just met up with Ali, the captain of the ship, so here we are. And I'm just taking this. So we're out on the boat, and like I say, we hope to see white-tailed eagles. When I say hope, the weather is absolutely amazing, which is not good. If it was cloudy and less visibility, they'd come down to have to find their prey. But when it's like this, white-tailed eagles can see so far. When they're out hunting, they can see a long way. So we might see a white-tailed eagle. If we do, there's a good chance, as has been the story the whole trip, it could be a long way away. This is a bit of me, this is. Look. Imagine me driving this. I'm quite tempted to go in and just have a little drive. Don't know if Ali would mind. I think I'd look good driving a boat. Oh, hello. He won't let me drive it. I can't believe this. We've come back from the loch. We just had a little jaunt around the loch before we go out on a proper trip in a minute. I've had to go back to the van, change because it's so hot. The weather's ridiculous. And as I came back from the van, I looked along the shoreline where the boat's moored up. There's a dipper. I've never seen a dipper before. The only aquatic songbird. And I was just watching it feed along the shoreline. I can't believe I've seen a dipper. I didn't think this trip could get any better, but it doesn't surprise me that it has. Pretty windy now, isn't it, Mike?
Bit windy now, about to turn my hat round.
Bit windy now. All this for a bird.
Be worth it though if he turns up. Won't it?
I don't know if it will be worth it, to be honest. I've got shorts on. I never wear shorts. I put shorts on because it's boiling, and now I'm absolutely freezing, and I'm absolutely covered in water to boot because it's just
that's cold.
Again, it's really cold water. Look at this. Look at that. That is coming over the side. Why are we doing this?
To get some amazing photos.
Yeah. Mental. So, we've seen a white-tailed eagle. Mike's got it in his binoculars. Ali, the legend, our skipper Ali, he is confirmed. He's got eyes on, and we are sailing at some rate of knots towards a white-tailed eagle. We have just had what I was about to say was the most incredible, best birding experience of my entire life. Well, we got to keep eyes on it as well. And he beat me to it. He said out loud, this is the best.
The best experience in the nicest location with the most incredible bird. We waited a week for this. We've seen him at distance. It literally filled the frame.
I can't. I can't. I've got to go and give this guy a hug. She's mad. She's mad. We followed the white-tailed eagle from the tree that you just saw, and it flew in to another tree on another island. Then it flew into these trees behind us, and it sat there for ages, and we took as many pictures of a posed white-tailed eagle as you could ever wish for. I took video of it. At one point, I nearly went and got myself a Kit Kat and just sat and watched. It was absolutely unbelievable. He's been crying his eyes out.
Oh, God.
Woo. And that is how he's still crying. That is how you finish a trip to flipping Scotland. The thing is, when we saw the golden eagle in Norway, I couldn't react like this because we had to be deathly silent. We weren't allowed to speak, we weren't allowed to move. By the time I'd processed what had happened, I'd lost all my words. This time, we're literally still here, and the boat's so loud, it doesn't matter how loud I am. So sorry if this is a bit loud, I don't care. That's one of the best birds I've ever seen in my life. I'll come back in a minute. I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to go and have, I'm going to have a Kit Kat. There's an hour and a half until we reach the shore. For me, do you know what? For me to process that, let me tell you something about the white-tailed eagles. They were extinct in the UK because of human persecution. We killed them off. And thanks to reintroduction programs across Scotland and the south of England since the 1970s, they are back and here once again. And do you know what? They're doing pretty well, I think. So they're not extinct anymore. That's the best news. They mate for life. They'll breed in the same nests that they build in trees. They are the biggest bird of prey here in the UK. They are twice the width of a buzzard, and we've just had it over our heads. We just had it across the water in front of us. I just got to say this, if you ever have the opportunity to visit Loch Shiel, you've just got to come and say hello to Ali, and you've got to ride on this boat, and you've got to let him show you a white-tailed eagle. I wasn't going to come back on, but I've had word, terrible word, that Ali, our skipper, has gone overboard. And so we have a new captain.
I'll find you the eagles, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Where's Ali? Can we swim and get Ali back? Have you thrown him over?
It's gone.
Where's Ali?
You like one of these, man?
Oh, as if I couldn't love this guy anymore. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Woo-hoo-hoo. We actually found Ali, and I rescued Ali, brought him in, and Ali just said, is Mike sailing the ship? I said, yeah. He said, don't let him do that. You sail the ship, please. So now I'm sailing the ship. Ali's having a Kit Kat, and Mike's holding the camera, and in a minute he's going to go and have a think about it, you know, what he's done. I don't know what the noun is for making a boat go, but I'm making the boat go. I'm actually taking us back to shore, and Ali has said to me, just don't do anything silly. Can't promise that. The sun's going down, not just literally, but on the entire week, and we're about to get back to shore, jump in Mike's van, and drive all the way home. It is quarter to 8. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please press the subscribe button. Please give this video a like, leave a comment, let me know your favourite bird, let me know what you thought about the white-tailed eagle, say anything you want about birds, maybe tell me where you would like me to come on this rock and roll birding journey here on YouTube. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm a bit sentimental now, I'm just going to say it. I've had a Prosecco, I've had a gin, I've had a Kit Kat, but thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it, and I love reading all your comments. Find me on Instagram, listen to my podcast, Rock and Roll Birder Podcast. There's actually going to be an episode from Mull, in fact it's out now,
And if you want to see more from me and Mike, we actually went to Norway a few months ago, saw golden eagles and goshawks and all sorts of other small birds, and that was an amazing trip as well. It's actually in 3 parts. You can watch it here on this YouTube, and while you're there, give Mike Phelps a follow. Mike Phelps Wildlife Photography, where he covers more than just birds. He covers animals from all around the world. So check out Mike Phelps Wildlife Photography, and I'll see you wherever I end up next, looking for glorious birds.
I give up my dreams, my hopes, my view. For you, what more could I ever do? I give up the world, the moon, the sky. For you, for you, for you, for you,
It's 25 to 4.
It's a couple hours to go. Couple hours to go. I'm driving through the night. He's absolutely smashed it. He's absolutely smashed it this whole trip. So, as a way, a little thank you. Got your present.
What?
Little present.
Oh, sherbet lemons, yes.
And bottle of whiskey just to go with it.
Get out of town. The world's smallest bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, don't
Look at that. Oh, mate.
Don't drink it now.
Thank you.
Nice, isn't it?
That's really nice. Thank you.
What'd you get me?
Oh, sorry.
It's like someone's picked me up and dropped me in the book.
Right in the middle of our trip, we took another boat further out to the Isle of Lunga, where we saw puffins, razorbills and guillemots, along with a host of other seabirds and seals, and yes, more white-tailed eagles. And it would have just been too much to include that adventure here, so it's going to be a standalone episode to follow this Mull special. So please make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss it. It is a birding love story.